Hello and welcome back to the Sad Alcoholic Kitchen. My name's Matt, I'm Sad Alcoholic. This is my kitchen. My new kitchen. That's right, it's been a while. Moved out. I embraced the beard. And I'm finally in the mood to make another video showing what I'm eating. Today we're making tortilla soup. Chicken tortilla soup. Got all my ingredients, as far as I can tell anyway. And we're gonna make up a nice pot of soup. I had to the house to get my old pot I left back now, and we're gonna make something delicious. We're gonna start with the beans. We're gonna open these up, put them in the colander, and let them drain off a little bit, because I guess I was raised that bean sludge isn't necessarily the best flavor, but I'm open to trying new things, so we'll see where it goes. So it turns out I got Creole cream style navy beans. I wasn't paying too much attention when I was throwing stuff in my cart. I saw navy beans and I went for it. It came out in a really heavy viscosity I say. So I rinsed off a decent amount of the flavoring, but I left some on there because I feel like it will go pretty well with the soup. Let's shred this chicken up before it gets a little too warm. It is leftover. I tore off most of the breast, so all I got left is the dark meat, and that's gonna go in at the end. Oh yeah, that carcass has been thoroughly eviscerated. At least what I could do with my hands only. If I were using my teeth too, it'd be a different story. That's what my family would call a chicken pickin'. But these things aren't going to go to waste. I actually started like a stockpile in my freezer of old bits and bobs of meat that I don't want to eat, and bones and everything. I'm keeping in my freezer, and at some point that'll be a future video where I make a big pot of homemade stock. Next up, we'll dice up this onion, mince the garlic, and we'll cut up probably one of these peppers. The recipe called for it. I'm not a crazy huge fan of peppers, but I figure I might as well be somewhat faithful to the recipe for once in my life. Alright, we got our onion chopped up, we got our garlic minced up, and our pepper. I ended up going up with 2 peppers instead of 1 because the onion and the pepper together just smelled so good. I figured, whatever, might as well. We'll start with the onion, then we'll throw in the peppers for a couple minutes, and then finish off with the garlic. The last thing you want in your dish is burnt garlic. Makes it taste awful. It called for 2 tablespoons of butter, but I cooked up a pound of bacon a while back, and I ended up saving all the fat. And now I'm getting down to the bottom. It's got all those good little brown bits in there. That'll add a lot of flavor to this stock that we're going to end up making. Alright, we've got our onions cooking a little bit, nice and translucent. Let's go with the peppers. Yes, I don't have that many bowls right now, so I had to use an old pot. Pepper's been cooking. Looks pretty nice in there. And last but not least, we got the garlic. Boom. Remember class, how do you measure garlic? That's right, with your heart. Actually, it looks like not very much. I got some garlic in the fridge. I'm going to add a little more of that. I love the garlic. Alright, these babies have gotten nice and incorporated and introduced themselves. Next in, we're going to add the beans. Yeah. Tomatoes. Diced tomatoes. Now we got our corn. Don't worry, I opened and drained all these cans beforehand. We're all good. Next up, I guess we're adding some taco seasoning. La Preferida. Cumin. I love cumin. Okay. I got some ground chipotle. That may have been a bit much. Ground ancho for some more flavor. MSG. And last but not least, we got some tomato paste. Oh, there it goes. Now we're gonna mix all that up nice and good. We got all this mixed up nice and good, and then we're gonna add some chicken stock. I ended up getting 2 containers. I don't know if I'm going to end up using both of them. We'll see how watery it is after a whole container. I think that's maybe enough. Maybe like a little extra because I ended up having extra everything like I always do. And obviously this is going to reduce a bit as we cook it. So I'll probably add like another half a carton of this. Let it cook for, I don't know, like 30-40 minutes. And I think I'll come back around after about 20 minutes and I'll just throw in the shredded chicken. I'm going to chop it up a little bit more. And let all the fats from the chicken get introduced to all the rest of what's going on here. Alright, I added this extra stock, but I think it has like kind of a little bit of a bite to it, all the tomato to it, so I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar to cut that. Sprinkle that in, and that should balance it out just right. Alright, we got this up to a nice rolling boil. I don't know if I call it a rolling boil, but you know. We're gonna turn the heat down. Let that keep going. And you know, it's called tortilla soup, but I didn't get any tortilla chips or tortillas to fry up. So I ended up, I'm probably just gonna serve this over some rice. What I've been doing lately though, you can mix in, I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio of rice and green lentils. Cook time is the same. And I throw a little chicken bouillon in there for flavor. And you can cook that up. The lentils actually give you a nice protein boost. And I think it kind of, I like the texture and the flavor together. And I think it's actually pretty good. So we're going to start that up. And hopefully the rice and the soup will be done at the same time. Also, by the way, I chopped up the chicken. It's probably a little too much. Some people say they want like big hearty chunks of chicken. My tism tells me everything needs to be chopped up into very tiny pieces. Otherwise, it's less good. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. These flavors are getting kind of introduced to each other. I'm going to add in the chicken. Let all those fatty bits and delicious flavors add to the concoction. I keep holding my phone too close to the pot and it's getting all steamy. So let's get that going, and I think in about another 15 minutes or so we'll come back. We'll toss in the cilantro that I've chopped up nice and good here, and we'll throw in a nice big thing of cheese. I added about half a block of smoked Gruyere and half a bag of Kraft Mexican 4 cheese, and it's supposed to be like a creamy tortilla soup. And it calls for like cream cheese or sour cream or something, but I grew up with an allergy to whey. I couldn't have milk or ice cream or cheese for a long time. I eventually grew out of it, but there were a few times in my early teens, mid-teens I want to say, where I tried to push the envelope with dairy products, and I developed an insanely itchy rash all over my body. And it looked like I had the mumps. So yeah, I have kind of a stigma to certain dairy products. But I'm older now. I've somehow managed to evolve past it. Dairy no longer bothers me. So cheese it is. Alright, it's been a little over 20 minutes here. And so all this is looking pretty put together. I'm going to add the cilantro. I don't have that soaked yet. Mix it in, let it get a little wilted. I think it adds a pretty good flavor to it. Honestly, I'm probably going to let this sit for another 10-15 minutes maybe, and then I'm going to come in, pour the cheese in. Our lentils and rice are done. Honestly, that looks pretty good. I'll have to taste it, see how it goes. Let this sit. Come back, see how things are. Alright, it's been a little bit. Cilantro's decently wilted, I think. I'm going to add in cheese. I'm more of a party soup kind of guy myself. So we're gonna see how the cheese melts into this. I like it a little viscous, so I think I'm probably gonna end up adding a little bit of a cornstarch slurry to this to thicken it up, but I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did when I made my stew. I added way too much, and it just became like a jelly, and that was not quite enjoyable. So soupy, not a jelly. I don't know. You know what I mean. All right, we got our nice bed of lentils and rice. I gotta get my ladle. Turn the stove off, of course. Let's get some of this in. Might take a bit. We'll get back when I got a full bowl. And here we go. We got a bowl. We got the rice and lentils on the bottom. Nice amount of broth in there. Mix it up a little bit. It's been cooling a little. Not trying to eat a spoonful of lava. That looks pretty good. Let's take a nice, tasty bite. Got a nice big spoonful. You know, when I was younger, I really did not like tortilla soup. Granted, there's no tortillas in it, but overall, the soup itself is actually pretty good. I think it goes pretty well with the rice and the lentils. Just the right amount of thickness. It has just a little bit of heat from the chipotle and ancho powder I put in it. This is gonna be really good. It's really gonna hit the spot, especially right now where it's like kind of cold in the mornings and the nights, but kind of like pretty good temperature during the day. It's good. So we're at the end. If you got anything you want me to cook for you, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.